Hello everyone, ibishop5 here. Today, you might be heard from one thing that you see. It's about life of ibishop5. This will be an updated version of it. So, let's begin. The story begins on October 5th, 2001. I was born in Nebraska, in Omaha, a city near the state border of Nebraska and Ohio. It was kind of a little bit of hard for me for living a life of it. But once that was when I was moved to Wisconsin with my dad and mom, alongside mom's family, to her hometown that I can't figure out. And I was, raised with happy life until when I meet my dog named Elsie. Still a fun memory. I used to like one of these times. And Z was convenient friendly. Not even a single attack on anyone except the robbers or dogs. Yeah. But that I later changed when the appearance starts to take into my body, like hair color change, hairstyle change, face is becoming different, and my attitude and everything starts to change as well. But at the time of 2005, at June 24th, 2 months before Hurricane Katrina, my brother was born in Wisconsin, in New Bern, which I lived there, happily. But and it went a few good thing there, a great time, and with one president I remembered, George W.H. Bush, I guess. It was kind of a happy thing for me, so I could just think I could get happy forever. But the attitude, I have, starts to change when my sister was born in the same town in March 18th in 2008. And there were many times that I had to do with never ever put anything on the toilet or kill yourself. Well, it's concernment I have until Anna starts begin to breaking my stuff, and Simmons calling his friends to hate on me. I take in personal challenges. Some like ice bucket challenge in a month in near a year ago or what. But I were perfectly in it in few grades that I was in during the school of reading. In 2006, 2 years before I was born, I was in school. A perfect time, perfect greatness. I made only one friend. My first, only friend I met in New Bern, named Jenna, lived across the street from me. We were happy together, grateful together, until the attitude starts to change when Seamus starts to yell at me and hate at me. I thought, until my mind began as a enemy predator. And were I already at war with Seamus, and I went at war at Anna at a later time. But in these school days, I was in kindergarten from 6th grade to 3rd grade, to 2010. So, yeah. But that I changed when we were moving to a new town. It's kind of scary for me at that time. Like anyone from the past, when all of us, all humans were there thousands of years ago. It was pretty scary for me that I would never see my friends again. But the only thing I could see my friends is flashback. I'm getting these flashbacks some kind of on viewing recently. Yeah, that was a scary time for me. But that later became not scary when I entered it into elementary school called John F. Kennedy School, elementary school. It was kind of perfect. It was sometimes confusing and perfect. There were some things fun, some things not, but still following my parents' rule. But that later changed. My dad was still at work at the year 10,000. At 2010. But a year later, when I was in 4th grade, my attitude changed greatly. Angry and that. And yeah, that's why I have rage over time. This is why I have angry over time. But in that time, this is where I have entered a game I came upon the age when I was watching YouTube, named it Roblox. I was like, well, yeah, I could come in. And I went in and kind of went at almost like a nightmare. I was watching some Roblox stuff too. It's kind of a little bit fun for me. Well, eventually, I was not logged in. I was a guest all that time until when I was in 3rd grade doing something. Finally, one teacher I remember gives me the username into one thing and use it on Roblox and went successful. About the time when I entered the 4th grade, like earlier, my attitude changed in the midst of it. My brother was in 1st grade. Yeah. But it does not stop my thing from there. Angry does not stop me. But hey. Well, anyways. At around time when I came into a 5th grade, things start to change. My final time in elementary school, entering middle school can be something. Yeah. And I remember one thing that I still hate. One kid that I still hate in the same grade throughout 5th. But that I wasn't ready for middle school yet. Although I was ready for the beginning of school, but not middle. So that's where my family began another move. This time. Well, before the 5th grade, I was moved to the town Port Washington. Still took elementary school there. But that I wasn't ready for middle school. That where I moved did it alongside my family into my home state, Nebraska, to a town nearby my hometown, Papillion, where I am at right now. Yeah. But But that things start to kick in. I was imaginative and creative at writing. I was creative. I was a creative drawer. When I started my story making at 5th grade. Yeah. Well, I start making some pictures that it really began my story, but those were there. Until I came upon a book named War Between the Vowels and Continent. The Vowels and Words. I don't know. I decided to make my own book this time. That I began story making until I make something new. But those were thrown away when I was entered the 7th grade. But in that, I knew what I start. My new remake. But when I entered the 7th grade, but past 6th grade, my attitude frequency changed. It was pretty hard. But my grade was still good. At 7th, well, things start to go in good much. At the time, I was making stories. Before the end of 7th grade, I wrote at least near 20 stories I make, but a lot I do on didn't get to be drawn. And I decided, well, if I'm gonna stop my story making, I will forget those abilities. So better keep it with my story drawing. So yeah. It was a great time, but in 6th grade I met, well, a couple of good friends. I'll tell you the names. Mari May, Emma Franco, Serenity, Angel, Emma Jones, and one great friend that I still have is Hunter. Great friends, although we're away at war. But in the time of 6th grade, I managed to tear that down by making friends of each other. But in 7th, it went to 6th. But then, at the time of 7th grade, I was a YouTuber. At the time of the near end of the elementary, well, I was a YouTuber. And yeah, I had to learn in middle school too. So that means that I was ready for middle school. At middle school, well, things were gonna get too good. Some that I remembered, some I don't, but in history, finally able to learn the history of the world. Of our history. And yeah. That's pretty much. And me right now, doing this Life About ibishop5 updated. It was pretty tough times. Some where I could get in, some I don't. Well, I hope you enjoyed my Life About Me updated. Well, there is something bonus to this. Well, first, I have some kind of, from the video you see, I have autism. Plus my way is just uncontrollable. So, whatever you do to make me angry, you entered the wrong thing. And yes, in one way,